Are you an overseas trained pharmacist who is looking to kickstart a career in the UK as a pharmacy dispenser or a pharmacy assistant? Then you are in the right place, because in this video I'm going to share all the steps that you need in order to land a pharmacy dispenser job in the United Kingdom. My name is Miss Bimbo. I'm a Nigerian trained pharmacist and a UK care assistant. As an overseas trained pharmacist, before you embark on your job search, it is very crucial that you understand some of the roles and responsibilities of a pharmacy dispenser in the UK. And some of their roles include, assisting pharmacists in various tasks, such as in dispensing medications, taking out inventory, and also in delivering excellent customer services. However, there are lots more to the role of a pharmacy dispenser or a pharmacy assistant in the UK. And in one of my videos, I interviewed a pharmacy dispenser in the UK, and she actually opened up and told us some of the things that she does in her day-to-day activities at her workplace. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, I'm going to leave the link here for you to watch the interview that I had with this pharmacy dispenser. Once you understand your roles and your responsibility as a pharmacy dispenser, it would help you when you're going for your job interview. When they're asking you questions, you know how to answer those questions because you have an insight to what pharmacy dispensers do in the UK. And you will not start, talking from the angle of being a pharmacist back in your own country, because I've attended a lot of interviews, and severally I've been tempted when they ask me questions to start talking about all the things that I used to do when I was practicing in my country. And answering questions like that, they may be sensing that there might be conflict of interest, kind of when they employ you as a pharmacy dispenser. You may be going outside your jurisdiction, doing a lot more outside what you expected to do. That may be something that the recruiter would be afraid of. So you really need to understand, what do pharmacy dispensers do in the UK? What are those things that they do not do? Step 2, which is the next step, is to assess your qualifications and requirements. Well, unfortunately, as an overseas trained pharmacist, your B.Pharm or whatever your degree is called in your own country is not recognized by the United Kingdom. So the first thing that you need to do if you're interested in becoming licensed to practice as a pharmacist in the UK is for you to do a GPHC adjudication of your credentials, of your degree. So that is the first step to becoming a licensed pharmacist in the UK. However, I'm not talking about becoming a licensed pharmacist. Remember, we're talking about how to land a pharmacy dispenser or a pharmacy assistant job role. So unfortunately, a lot of these pharmacy companies or outlets require an applicant that has NVQ2 in pharmacy services. I remember I once attended one interview, and before we even started all this answering of questions and what have you, the interviewer asked me for my certificate, and then I offered her my B.Pharm, and on going through my certificate, she just said, unfortunately, she was not willing to train me as an overseas trained pharmacist. She wasn't willing to train me to become a pharmacy dispenser, and also that she doesn't have the resources to train me, blah blah blah. And that was just the end of the interview. So oftentimes the companies want someone who's got NVQ2 in pharmaceutical services. However, I'm going to be sharing later on how some of my friends that are currently working as dispensers got their job, what they did, and how they did it. So stay tuned and don't go away. And if this video has been helpful to you, do not hesitate to like this video and share it out to other people. The next step is to search for job opportunities. How do you do this? You can explore the job boards such as Indeed, NHS Jobs, Boots Careers for pharmacy dispenser vacancies. However, from personal experience and those of my friends, if you go on Indeed and you see vacancy for pharmacy dispenser or pharmacy assistant, I'll advise that as an overseas trained pharmacist who is not experienced in the UK, you should go for the one that has trainee, like pharmacy dispenser trainee or pharmacy assistant trainee, because I believe those ones might be willing to train you and may not necessarily request for NVQ2 from you. Another thing that some of my friends did was to search for recruitment agencies that specialize on pharmacy jobs. So you can just search on your Google for recruitment agencies that specialize on pharmacy jobs and reach out to them with your CV. A lot of my friends got their pharmacy dispenser jobs via this means. Some of them, at least one of them, however, went ahead to volunteer at a pharmacy close to her house. She walked out there. She told the pharmacist that she met, fortunately, that she was an overseas trained pharmacist who was willing to volunteer for the role of a pharmacy dispenser. And they got talking, and along the line, the pharmacist promised that she could start coming like fortnightly, every 2 weeks, that they could begin like that. And she only told me she went 3 times, and I think the first 3 times, or the only 3 times she attended, she made some mistakes, and that was how they asked her to stop. However, in her further search for the job of a pharmacy dispenser, she was putting that experience as part of the experience she has, acquired in the UK. Unfortunately for her, that company or that pharmacist was willing to reference her. So she got that reference from that place where she did just 3 days, and that was how she got a new dispenser role. And also, fortunately for her, a pharmacy dispenser who just resigned happened to be from Nigeria, like a Nigerian trained pharmacist. So that company was, their mind was at rest that they could take her in, train her, and that's how my friend got her job. Next step is for you to tailor your CV, tailor your applications. Just like care jobs that I shared how you can tailor your CV, it is similar for all jobs in this UK. In the job market, you need to tailor your CV to match each job vacancy that you are applying for. And what do I mean? You need some keywords that are in the job description of that advert to be inside your own CV, so that by the time you submit your CV, those keywords can be captured, and then they can move your CV to the next phase, which is the invitation for interview. So if you haven't tailored your CV, it may be very difficult if you're applying on Indeed or NHS jobs for you to move from the application phase to the interview phase. So I made a video about how I tailored one of my CVs that I used to secure about 3 interviews. Yeah, you can do well to check that video out. I shared that CV template in that video. The last step is for you to prepare for interviews. Like I said earlier in this video, that you should be mindful of how you answer some of the interview questions, because you would be tempted. It is possible that you're tempted to start, saying some things that you have done as a pharmacist, which is very good. But when you understand the roles and responsibilities of a pharmacy dispenser, you can impress your interviewer better. When you're talking within the roles and responsibilities of a dispenser, when they're asking you questions, they feel like, oh, we have less work to do on this particular person. You are talking like somebody who has the experience in the UK, you know what I mean? So it is better for you to be prepared. And I made a video about one job interview that I went for. You can check out that video. I shared in fact, all of the interview questions that I was asked in that video. So prepare well for your interview and watch that video of the interview I made with the pharmacy dispenser. It will give you a great insight as to what pharmacy dispensers do on a day-to-day basis. You can understand some terms and use those terms when you go for your own interview too, and you speak like somebody who's versatile, who is vast and experienced as a pharmacy dispenser in the UK. One last tip that would help you additionally is that you could get a job in customer service. That experience is highly rated over being a carer. So when you have worked as a customer service provider in the UK, it's similar to some of the things that you are expected to do as a pharmacy dispenser, and that is one experience that is highly recognized too if you put in that experience. So even if you've been searching for a pharmacy dispenser job and it's not forthcoming, you can also try to get a customer service job. There you have it. Follow these steps, be determined, and you'll be well on your way to landing a job as a pharmacy dispenser in the UK, even as an overseas trained pharmacist. If this video has helped you in one way or the other, please do like this video, share this video, and do not hesitate to smash the subscribe button. I wish you the very best in your job search, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.